Shiraz, you're taking on the toughest of the world champions. So it's a bit riskier, you know? It's not always, usually when we got a new guy coming up the ladder, even if he's promising you.
The middleweight division is set to erupt with an electrifying showdown as Carlos Adames and Hamza Shiraz prepare to collide in what promises to be one of the most captivating fights of the year. With both fighters possessing unique skills and relentless determination, the bout has garnered immense anticipation. Let's delve into the analysis of each fighter, their strengths, and what makes this matchup a defining moment in the division. Carlos Adames has undergone a remarkable transformation since moving up to the middleweight division. Analysts, like Chris Algieri, have noted how Adames has become a completely different fighter at 160 pounds. With increased physical strength and an aggressive style, Adames looks primed to dominate the weight class. His evolution adds a layer of intrigue to this already thrilling matchup.
The card keeps getting better. This is another excellent fight, a real banger and a very, very important one for the division. This is actually the fight that I want more than any other fight in that division. I know we talk about middleweight divisions, a bit of a barren wasteland these days, but you know we've got Janibek at the top. Most people consider him the guy to beat. But for me, man, I really like the way Carlos Adames has looked since moving up in weight. I remember Carlos Adames back in welterweight, which I couldn't believe how he made the weight. He was killing himself to make that weight. Moves up to 54. Believe he was really struggling with the weight there as well. Fell short against Teixeira.
Hamza Shiraz has transitioned from a promising prospect to a serious contender, with his sights set on a world championship. Chris Algieri praised Shiraz's physique, power, and reach, particularly highlighting his dismantling of Ammo Williams. Shiraz's ability to adapt and evolve as a fighter positions him as a formidable opponent for Adames.
Big fan of what I see in him, from his physicality, his size, his reach, to his power. I was very impressed when he dismantled Ammo. Another fighter that I held very high in very high regard. Very impressed that night. Even since then, he looked spectacular once again in his last bout. So I think the timing is right. But it's a tough fight. It's a hard fight to pick who's going to win. Carlos Adames obviously has a ton of more experience.
The matchup between Adames and Shiraz has left experts divided. While Adames boasts experience, Shiraz's precision and unrelenting drive make him a dangerous adversary. The fight's unpredictability is what makes it so captivating, with fans and analysts alike struggling to pick a definitive winner.
You know, kind of piggyback off that, what you were saying, Champ. I honestly think Shiraz is possibly the future of this weight class, but it's interesting because I feel like Adames, even though Janibek is the more sort of seasoned champion, I guess we can say, I feel like Adames is better than Janibek.
Paulie Malignaggi believes Shiraz is taking an unorthodox approach by facing one of the toughest champions early in his career. Instead of targeting weaker champions, Shiraz has chosen to prove himself against Adames, a decision that underscores his confidence and hunger to cement his legacy in the division.
He's going right after Adames in this fight, and of course, you know, credit to Adames, he's not sitting on his laurels. And of course, Sheeraz is one of those hungry prospects who looks super good on the way up, who will take on anybody because he's got that kind of style.
Paulie Malignaggi compared the significance of this fight to legendary matchups, including Floyd Mayweather versus Genaro Hernandez. By taking on a challenging opponent like Adames, Sheeraz is stepping into a realm of elite competition that few rising stars dare to enter. This sets the stage for a historic bout.
I remember Mayweather did this with Genaro Hernandez. Nobody seems to remember this because everybody's talking, busy talking about Floyd, and he picks the O and this and that. But the Floyd at 130 pounds was unbelievable. And he actually, I remember when he made the Genaro Hernandez fight, when that fight was made, I'm like, man, I was like, this guy's going after the toughest of the world champions. That's crazy. And he's only been a pro for a couple of years.
Hamza Shiraz has been hard at work ahead of his title shot, displaying a level of commitment that reflects his determination to seize the moment. His rigorous training and sharp focus suggest he is leaving no stone unturned as he prepares to face the ferocious Carlos Adames.
I was out of my mind for thinking that because Floyd ended up dominating Hernandez and causing him to retire. But similar here, I feel like Adames is, obviously, Adames doesn't have the background that Hernandez had. At that point, Hernandez had been a longer reigning champion and so on and so forth, and had a big reputation in the sport. But Adames, for those of us in the know, like you're saying, Champ, you rate him. For those of us in the know that have watched him, he is not easy to deal with, and he's gotten better. He's continued to improve. He's no easy picnic for anybody. So for your first world championship fight, to have to go up against Carlos Adames and to have to live up to the expectation against a Carlos Adames, it's not easy, but it's going to be it's a fight that I really look forward to seeing.
Carlos Adames is widely regarded as Shiraz's most formidable opponent to date. Known for his high output, quick hands, and aggressive style, Adames presents a unique set of challenges. Despite his shorter stature, his relentless approach makes him a nightmare for any opponent, including Shiraz.
Carlos Adames represents by far and away the toughest test of his career so far, at least on paper. Adames is rough, he's tough, he throws a lot of shots, he's aggressive, he's got pretty quick hands, quick feet, he's the shorter guy by several inches, 5'11", he throws combinations.
While some experts, like Paulie Malignaggi, view Adames as superior to Canelo Alvarez in certain respects, others remain skeptical. Regardless, there's a consensus that Adames is no pushover and will test Shiraz's abilities like no other fighter has before.
Because as I say, Adames is a very rough customer, throws combinations up close, digs to the body. He can disrupt you if he can get inside your reach.
Nicknamed Bronco, Carlos Adames embodies the spirit of a dynamic fighter. His powerful punches and fearless attitude make him a daunting adversary. Adames thrives in high-pressure situations, and his ability to engage in firefights is a testament to his resilience and determination.
Carlos Adames is known as the Bronco for his fierce and untamed spirit, embodying the essence of a dynamic pressure fighter, the tactical acumen for counterpunching. What truly sets him apart is the fire behind his power punches, making him a daunting opponent, unafraid of engaging in firefights.
Adames' adaptive style allows him to exploit even the slightest openings in his opponent's defense. With his ability to capitalize on vulnerabilities, he has the potential to dismantle Shiraz's game plan if given the opportunity. This adaptability is one of Adames' greatest strengths.
Adames can engage you from every angle, adapting his style to exploit any openings. If your defense falters, even for a moment, he will swiftly capitalize on those vulnerabilities, revealing the cracks in your guard while throwing bombs at your guard.
Hamza Shiraz is a tactical boxer puncher whose dynamic jab serves as the cornerstone of his strategy. His devastating punching power, combined with his impressive reach, enables him to control the pace of the fight. Shiraz's ability to dictate terms from a distance makes him a formidable challenge for Adames.
Hamza Shiraz stands as a menacing contender in the middleweight arena, a true boxer puncher whose presence commands respect. His imposing size and devastating punching power make him a terrifying adversary, while his impressive reach allows him to dictate the pace from a distance. The cornerstone of his offensive strategy is his dynamic shotgun jab, a weapon he wields with detail and intent.
Shiraz's jab is more than a tool for measuring distance. It's a weapon that punishes opponents who overreach. By creating a layered barrier of control, Shiraz forces his adversaries into precarious positions. This tactical brilliance could prove pivotal against Adames' aggressive style.
Shiraz navigates the ring using his jab to establish control, creating a barrier of layers that keeps his opponents at bay. With each flick of his wrist, he sets the stage for his explosive right hand, a 1-2 follow-up that leaves rivals reeling. His jab not only measures the distance, but also punishes those who dare to overreach, leaving him vulnerable and off-balanced.
While Shiraz's power has been his hallmark, he has yet to face an opponent with the resilience and tenacity of Adames. The matchup promises to reveal whether Shiraz can handle the pressure of a fighter who can not only absorb his punches, but also retaliate with equal ferocity.
This matchup promises to be a captivating showdown. While Shiraz has appeared unstoppable in the ring, he has yet to encounter an opponent of sufficient stature, capable of absorbing his thunderous punches, or retaliating with equal ferocity.
Carlos Adames represents a litmus test for Shiraz's potential. With his size, strength, and experience, Adames has the tools to challenge Shiraz in ways he has never encountered before. This fight could define the trajectory of Shiraz's career.
Adames is a real hard first test. He possesses the size and resilience to withstand Shiraz's onslaught, coupled with the power to truly test the limits of his chin and grit.
The outcome of this clash will undoubtedly shape the futures of both fighters. For Shiraz, it's an opportunity to prove himself on the world stage. For Adames, it's a chance to reaffirm his status as one of the most formidable champions in the division.
This clash is set to reveal whether Shiraz can withstand the power of a fighter who matches him in both strength and tenacity. It's a battle that could redefine the landscape of his young career.
This matchup isn't just about titles, it's about legacy. Both fighters are putting everything on the line, and the result will likely redefine the landscape of the middleweight division. Fans can expect a high-stakes, action-packed showdown that will be talked about for years to come. Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz is more than a fight, it's a battle for supremacy in the middleweight division. With Adames' immense power and Shiraz's tactical brilliance, this fight promises to deliver fireworks. Will Shiraz's rise continue, or will Adams prove too formidable? Stay tuned to Boxy Hub for all the updates, analysis, and coverage of this unmissable showdown.